What's going on YouTube? It's your boy JS392 back with another video. Today I'm going to be talking about something that's been bothering me for quite some time within the automotive community, not particularly the Mopar community. As a matter of fact, the Mopar community has been cool. It's just everybody else on the outside looking in. You know, a lot of people have been trolling and saying all kinds of crazy stuff, you know, when it comes to our vehicles, you know, when they really don't know anything about it. You know, I get a lot of people that say, oh, how come you didn't get the hellcat? How come you didn't get the hellcat? Or, oh, you have a scat pack, but it's not a hellcat. Oh, why, you know, and people that have a V6, oh, why didn't you get the Hemi? Why didn't you get the Hemi? And it's like, man, you know, yeah, miss me with all that nonsense. Listen, first off, these cars are expensive. And the people that are saying this usually don't have enough money to afford these cars. They're probably driving some lame, you know, 4-cylinder. I'm not going to mention brands, but I'm just saying a lot of them don't even have a car, and they're just talking out, you know, all kinds of nonsense for no reason, with you know, being completely ignorant and belligerent. You know, the fact of the matter is that if all you can afford is a V6 Charger, enjoy it. Drive that thing till the wheels fall off, man. It's great. It's a beautiful car still. You know, you can get it with a lot of features. The GT, same thing, all-wheel drive. You can make it look pretty much close to a scat pack with all the styling and everything that Dodge has available for it. And it's still a great car, man. Has a good amount of power, almost 300 horsepower, and a good amount of torque. So why should you let anybody, you know, make you feel bad over a car that you purchased, especially when that car costs like 40 grand, you know? A lot of people will say, oh, no, I could buy it for less. I could get this for less. Yeah, you're buying a used car, but we're talking about people that buy brand new cars. Most people that have a wide body have a brand new car because these cars just came out, you know. And a lot of people that buy the GTs, they buy them brand new because that's kind of a new thing where they, you know, they up the styling to where it's almost like a scat pack. Some people just don't want the V8, or they can't afford it, or for whatever reason these cars have gotten more expensive, and that's just what it is. But that doesn't mean you could bash them for it. It's so corny, and it makes no sense, man. If you don't got the car and you can't afford the car, why are you gonna make fun of somebody else? I'm not gonna go to somebody that has a 335i and say, oh, you should have bought an M3, you know, especially because back in the day, if you put a chip in it, it's faster than the M3. But like, that's besides the point. You know, I'm not gonna make fun of somebody for not having an M car or an AMG. Or even if you get the AMG, oh, that's not the 63, you got the 53. Like, that's corny, bro. Like, listen, if they can only afford that, then that's cool, man. Especially because, you know, affording a car and paying for a car is two different things. If you could pay for a car, that means you're probably barely paying for it. You know, you're sacrificing other things. If you can afford a car, that means you could pay for it, not have to worry about it. You know, you still got a couple of paychecks in the bank that you just letting it sit. You can afford the car. Like, it's your car, you can afford it, you chilling, you know. So a lot of times people aren't going to get to those higher end cars that they can pay for, but they can't afford, because it just doesn't make any financial sense. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. It's not economical for them, or they just, you know, not in that point in their life where they can afford it. It is what it is. You know, before I got the scat pack, I didn't even think I could afford it. Now I can, and I can see that, and I'm comfortable. Could I pay for a hellcat? Yeah, I could, probably, most likely, get a red eye. But I'm not gonna do that to myself. Plus, I mean, I drove a hellcat, and honestly, this car having a lot of torque, I spin off a lot. That car just is much worse. It's a lot more dangerous, and you know, I live in New York City. You're gonna get speeding tickets like crazy. I'd rather not. You know, where am I gonna go with it? You know, honestly, most people that do get hellcats get them for bragging rights, and that is it. That is it. But most people that I know with hellcats and red eyes and stuff like that are actually pretty humble. They're not jerks. There are a few that may be, but you know, that's probably because they never had friends in their life anyway, or they're just attention whores. But for the most part, in the Mopar community, people with hellcats are very cool, man. And you know, because a lot of them started with the V6 or a 5.7 or even a scat pack, and they worked their way up to a hellcat, you know. So again, it's just, it doesn't make any sense that people do that, you know, and it needs to stop. You know, the trolling needs to stop, man. You broke you know, punks that think it's cool to just make fun of somebody who worked their butt off to get their car. You know, these cars are expensive, and it's not just being able to put the down payment to afford the monthly payment. You also got to think about gas, maintenance, and insurance. All those things are going to kill you. So this is a lifestyle, man. This really is. This is a lifestyle, and it's not a cheap one. And so when somebody tries to tell you, yo, your scat pack ain't nothing because you ain't get the Hellcat, man, miss me with that. Listen, 500 horsepower is plenty, and these cars are not slow. Anybody that tells you these cars are slow is insane. You know, they just don't know what they're talking about, and they're probably very, very jealous. You know, when you sit down and you just look at the numbers and you read the numbers on, you know, on paper, you're not gonna know what kind of beast it is until you sit there and drive it. Every car has its niche. These cars are straight line cars, you know. Then you got other cars that have the same amount of power or less power that aren't as fast in a straight line, but they can handle better. So if you go around the track, you're gonna destroy this car. Or cars that have less power, but they have that good high-end pickup. You know, on the highway, you know, you could probably, you know, gap them or whatever. You know, this car, in particular, the Scat Pack, is good for 0 to 60 from a dig. So I beat most cars on the road. So whenever somebody tries to tell me, oh, you don't got the Hellcat, I mean, listen, hell, I could even beat a Hellcat. Not because this is faster, but it's just not gonna hook. I'm gonna hook way before than that Hellcat, and I'm gonna be out. You know, I'm not gonna say that I could beat on the highway. There's no way in hell. But 0 to 60, I'm pretty much almost always gonna beat a Hellcat. That's just what it is. Those things just can't hook, no matter what you do. So miss me with all that, you know, oh, you don't got a Hellcat nonsense. You know, y'all dudes out there trolling, not knowing what it is, can't even afford a car. Y'all need to go home with that, man. Seriously. But yeah, that's all I gotta say. You know, and if there's still any haters out there, y'all could, you know, hit the comment section. I don't care. It is what it is. We'll go at it with our debates and everything. You know, I'm here for it. I'm here for all the smoke. Bring it. And yeah, so that's what it is. Like, subscribe, and see you next time.